Hi, welcome all of my little coronavirus ats out there. How's everybody doing today? Welcome one, welcome all. It's been a. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Listen, if you have been following our amazing, beautiful charts, then you guys know that one of the things we were definitely watching out for was this cross we had over here. The God mode. So, if you guys listen, it is a must-have indicator. God mode 3.1. You got it's for Litecoin. So it says for LTC, but we do use it for Bitcoin. Really, the day is the only thing we really use it on. Beautiful signal to signal this big dump here, right? Beautiful signal, worked out very well. So you saw the red curve up before the blue. The blue is our long-term chart. This is the long-term trend direction. The red is the medium, and then our day trading trend line, our day trading signal here is the green. This is like, all right, up, down, up, down, up, down, real quicks. This is the long-term trend. So as you see, we have been dropping. This was a beautiful play. You saw this medium-term turn up into the long-term blue way before. Usually if they turn up together, it's bullish. If the red turns up first, it's very bearish. We caught this signal. We said this is bear as F. A lot of people on Twitter going long. A lot of people on Twitter got really, really crushed right there. So this actually played out beautifully. Now we're going to make sure that we save this and we know this signal next time that it does pop up for us, right? So now we're just going to kind of move on to the next trading idea. And we're off into the next trading idea. And I'm going to show you guys kind of what I'm looking at here. So this is really what the biggest thing is. We're in this big channel here, this big rising channel. You clearly see we have not fallen out of this. This goes all the way back, tippy toes down here, right at 4,900 and change. Follows all the way up, tappy, tappy, almost tappy, tappy. Still haven't fallen out. Now we do have a topside trend line. You can see that comes all the way up here, right? Way tappy, little tappy, broke through, right? Broke through. So kind of takes out that, that trend line, but this trend line still has strength here. And look, tapped once, tapped twice, it's rejected 2 times off that. So we're in kind of an apex right here. We're in a very critical time. And this is a daily chart. So this bad boy's really got 2 days at the absolute most to make a decision here. Now, the worst thing for us to do is pop up to like 9,500 and just fall out of this damn triangle again. Put in some kind of a rising wedge here, right? Put in some kind of a rising something like this. Like something like this. Oh, yay, it's going to break out. This amazing. And then just takes shit on us. Would be the worst trading scenario for all of us, right? That would just be really, really bad. On the weekly, though, I'll show you how that, on the weekly, that would actually turn out as a great signal because that would show us on the weekly, would put in a big hanging man on the weekly, right? Which we know that 3-day hanging man fell out on us perfectly. So here, what we're watching for is we're just watching as this can see if this can break over or we fall under. Now I do have alarm set at about 9,000. It's a little over 9,000 right here. Just would show me, hey, little boop, give me the alarm if we fall outside of this 9,000 range right here, outside of this big massive channel. So that's just kind of one of the big critical things I'm looking at. Can we fall out of this channel or are we going to break over this trend line in an apex? Super important. Now, for the bulls are over here staring, glaring at this big bullish triangle that's kind of set itself up right here. You do have a big bullish triangle. And we can't go uber bearish, people, until we break that 9K. We just can't do it. Now, I want to show you some of the more ugly sides of this. Now, remember, this is the OBV, so this is my OBV over here. Found that trend line, but I want to show you a couple something. This right here is the weekly, and the weekly is really, this is where the danger is right here for crypto right now. This is just so dangerous. Any fallout, I've got the targets marked right here on the downside. Like where we did this little double toppy thingy right here. Don't like you do the little double toppy thingies on these higher time frames like this, and they just never turn out good, right? They just don't. What the bulls want is the bulls want to start setting up a zigzag pattern inside of here. They want to start setting up a zigzag pattern in here to get and break up to that 11,200 range, if not try to break over this trend line up here. Well, it's kind of yeah, it's 11,200-ish range right there. Right, that's what the bulls want to do. They want to set up a zigzag right here. They don't want to fall out and make this a double top right here because it's just going to be absolutely atrocious. Last time we set up this double top, we all know where that went. Downsy woundsies. So that's it. You know, your downside targets right here are pretty clearly marked. You do have one at 8,500. Really ugly. Gets you all the way down to 6K. Gets you all the way back to 6K. I mean, that's really ugly scenario. Gets you all the way back down to 6K there. If this is going to poke up as a double top right here on the weekly. The 3-day. Now let's take a look at the 3-day. The 3-day actually makes this place a little bit hard to trade, which we know because we're in an apex. We just talked about this being in an apex right here. So you got your little touch, 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 touch. And guess what? Look at this. Here we are, right? This is the this is the no BS. Like, this trend line has been magical all the way back since over here. You know what I'm saying? It's been very magical since over here. Look, got under the trend line, used it as resistance, bang, bang. Why, help me, right? And then climb all the way back up, broke the trend line, and turned it into support. And you see this baby just kept rocking and rolling, right? Just kept this whole thing just rock and roll, making that money. So we're back on it. Here we are. And once again, this just shows what we see over here on the weekly, right? You lose this trend line right here. And I mean, this thing should say it. It should say a curse word in here, short the living but Jesus out of this, right? It's exactly what it should say. You know, trend lines back down here. The 8,500 catch line for you on this trend line down here. Now, this are 3 rules of trading. Listen, people, we have 3 very simple rules of trading, right? Don't short support, don't long resistance, and play the breakout. So that's kind of where you're at. If you're not presently in a trade, you're just playing a breakout right now. That's all you're doing. You're playing a breakout of that topside trend line, which is over here, right? This is, so you're right over here, which is that 93.20, and be careful right there. It might be 93.50 to get up and out over this trend line. And then here you're looking at just playing this bottom trend line right here, this 3-day, and to see if that 3-day lets go. And if that 3-day lets go, it's 9K. We know the 9K is what we're looking for to lose on the downside. All right. Kind of in our chart this is kind of one of our running chart. We had this save me area right here. Save me, save me, save me, save me. We wicked through it, closed over it, and then finally fell down. And look at this. Now it is turned into resistance, right? We flip this back to resistance here, and that's what it is actually sitting at resistance. Now on the lower time frames, you know, this is the 4-hour, you are setting up a bullish triangle still here. This is definitely setting up a bullish triangle here that you could try to see some kind of breakout over. But once again, this just takes us right back to where we were, right? It just takes us right back to this chart, right? That just says, hey, we're in an apex here, right? That's all this is. Right, this just shows us this exact apex. Oops. Oh, I hate it when I do that. Hold on. There you go. This just shows us how we're in this apex right here. Bulls got to get over this 9,300 hump. Right, there it is. Got to get over this 9,300 save me range. It's turned into, right, that's turned into resistance. Right, and you just got to hold that 9K. There's an alarm setter. You can see my alarm that's set right there also on the 9K. There's an alarm there set on 9K. So it's just very simple. At this point, you're playing the breakouts, right? You're just gonna play the freaking breakout. That's it. I'm the Vamp, and I am out.